it just like that, just like that. Been a nasty girl, I've been a nasty girl, just like that. Been a nasty girl, I've been a nasty, just like that. Been a nasty girl.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Halifax Armada franchise mode. Last episode, we went over our settings and the rosters that we were going to use, and we looked at the draft and the projected prospects. We learned we had the third overall pick, and now we're going to jump into the expansion draft and really build our team here. So, pretty much the decisions you make in the expansion draft tomorrow will decide whether the franchise sinks or swims in its first year. I'll be keeping a close eye on your choices, as will the fans. Okay, I don't even know who's talking to me, so I'll be keeping a close eye on your choices. That's kind of creepy, man. Anyways, there are some big decisions to make here, and did a little bit of pre-scouting. If you follow me on TikTok, you've seen this. On TikTok at the No Quit channel, we've already seen that Jacob Slavin and Brett Pesce were left unprotected, which is huge for us, as that kind of builds our top defensive pair for next year. So we'll see who else is available here. So let's start the expansion draft, guys. So as you can see, we've done some pre-scouting here. So there's some big names, guys. Some names you wouldn't expect here. So you look at Florida, you got Ekblad, you got Lundell you can choose from. I like both of those guys, man. You look at New Jersey, you got Brett Pesce right there. 6 years, 5.5 mil. I like that deal a lot. Exact elite potential. Same with Mr. Jacob Slavin. 8 years at 6.4. I mean, come on, man. How's this guy unprotected? The Carolina Hurricanes have a stacked decor, man, and they're going to lose one of their best defensemen to the Armada. That's really going to be an identity pick right there. We're going to be a big, tough team to play against. That's how I want to create this team. So, it's a great start right there. Anaheim. See, they don't have much here. I was thinking about picking Brett Leeson here or Peter Mrazek. I think it's going to be Mrazek. There's not many good goalies, so yeah. I mean, Anaheim doesn't have much to offer except Killorn, who's like 34 and making too much money. So Boston, I think we're going to go with Icy Mont here. Very cheap deal. He's got an X factor. He's 27 years old. Exact top six. I mean, grinder. Good fourth line, third line guy for really cheap. So there's nothing else better than Icy Mont here. So that's who we're going to go with for Boston. Buffalo here. It's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, like 1.4 right defense. We're going to have a lot of right defense, so we're going to have to make some moves here. We already got Pesce, Kessler-Ring. We might pick Ekblad if we don't pick Lundell here, so I think Kessler-Ring's the move here, for sure. Calgary. All right, you got Blake Coleman, Kevin Ball. See, I like Kevin Ball, man. He's got high top six. He's only 23. Yeah, he's got a big deal, but high top six, you can mold that into a top four. He's a 6'6" defenseman. Left defense. You know, Coleman, he's already 32. He's making $5 million. He's not that much of a game changer, you know. He's a power forward at 5'11". I don't know if I love his game. There's more centers out there to pick. So I think we're going to go with Ball. Yep. It's going to be Ball for the New Jersey Devils. We're going to try and grow him. We've done some pre-scouting, and we've seen that he doesn't have that no-move clause. So if that contract, if he stays into a bottom six bottom two defenseman, like a third pair defenseman, obviously we won't be wanting to pay him 5.3. So probably going to move him if that's the case. But ideally, he turns into a top four defenseman for us. So Kevin Ball, welcome. Oh, I picked Coleman by accident. Welcome to the Armada. cap and ball. All right. Who should... This is a no-brainer. I'm kidding. Come on now. Jacob Slavin, 8 years at 6.4. Does he have a new move? Yeah, no move. That might actually be a pretty bad contract once he's 38, but I think you still got to do it, boys. I mean, come on now. It's Jacob Slavin. You saw what he could do at the Four Nations. I am intrigued by Peter Kochetkov, 3 years at 2 mil, medium elite potential, but we want to win now, boys. We got Mrazek. I mean, you're not getting many Jacob Slavins just for free any day, so it's hard to pass on that guy. Chicago's got absolutely nothing. So we're going to go with Arvid Soderblom, I believe. 24 years old, yeah. Medium starter. So he's only got 1 year, but he's RFA, so we can qualify him. We're going to pick him. Colorado. I remember wondering who we're going to pick here. So there's Brock Nelson, who signed a 3-year deal. I kind of like it. 6'4" guy. Not a lot of centers in this draft, so I also like Brent Burns at 1 year, 1 mil, but I think Nelson's the better pick here. Yeah, it's gonna be Nelson. Jack Drury. I mean, he won't go to be nearly good as Brock Nelson, so that we should pick here. No, there isn't. So we're gonna go Brock Nelson. All right, moving on to Columbus. Provorov, yeah, I mean, I don't like that deal, man. He's not a $8.5 million defenseman. We're gonna pass up on that. Christian Fisher is a UFA at the end of this deal, so I mean, yeah, I don't know about Matthew Olivier at 3 mil for 6 years. Young guys here. Got Miles Wood, 5 years, 2.5. It's got a gold at fact. All right, Merzlikins, also not the greatest option, boys. Columbus, huh? Maybe you go with Fix Wolanski and hope he grows, man, because I don't really want any of these contracts, to be honest. Fix Wolanski. It's got wheels. It's got a decent shot. Not a good defensive player. He's fast, and yeah. He's fast, he's got a good shot. Could be a good AHL guy for us. If he grows that defensive category, maybe he'll get some time in that show. There's not many options here in Columbus, so we're just going to safe pick here. We don't want to swing for the fences on Olivier and Provorov, so here we go. Fix Wolanski. Welcome to Armada. Yeah, this is a no-brainer, guys, right? I mean, you got Maverick Bork down here, but same age as Thomas Harley. Thomas Harley's 6 overalls higher, and he's a defenseman, high top 4. I mean, come on. We can grow him to elite. Like, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Casey DeSmith, yeah. Thomas Harley. That's a huge piece, boys. Come on now. All right, Detroit. Michael Rasmussen. 82 overall. He's a 6'6" guy. We want to play big and tough, so, you know, I do look at that and think maybe. I don't love the 3.2 for 4 years, but I mean, if we can get him to 83, 84, that'd be a good deal. So that's what we're going to do, boys. Berggren, I mean, low top 6. Maybe they have a goalie. Cam Talbot. See, he's better than Mrazek. That could be our starter for year 1. Cheap deal. Pretty good goalie. There's not many goalies in this draft. So, I mean, do you go with Rasmussen? I think you go with Talbot here, boys. Yeah. I think you need Talbot here. Maybe trade Mrazek at the draft for some value. You can go with Talbot as a starter, Soderblom as a backup. We'll see. If we're missing a left winger, just remember that because you could still pick up Michael Rasmussen. Matthias Ekholm and Jake Wallman are available. I like that. I love that. Shred Frederick, I don't want him for an 8-year deal. I mean, I'd rather take Jake Wallman. 87 overall, 3.5 mil exact elite potential. Yeah, we're gonna go with Jake Wallman because he's younger than Ekholm. Same overall, making less money. I mean, Ekholm's probably better defensively, but Wallman's got more of that offensive touch. He might not even stick on the team. I mean, we got Slavin and Harley as our top 2 lefty. So I mean, Jake Wallman, big. He's gonna have a lot of value with that exact elite and that $3.5 million contract. So we'll see what we can get for him. Here we go with Florida. It's basically between 2 guys here. I think we pick Ekblad. I mean, 8 years, that's 6.1 at 28 years old. That's just an absolute steal of a deal that he signed to stay in Florida. And he was planning on finishing his career in Florida, obviously. So it's crazy that they didn't protect him. So, I mean, we're looking at our chops here, looking at Eric Ekblad, Cup champ in this universe, but we know.
Ekblad will be an unreal addition.
So yeah, let's pick Aaron Ekblad. All right, the LA Kings. We got Warren Fogle. Don't love that deal. I mean, he can hold his own defensively. He's a good physical player. Decent enough speed, decent shot, decent offensive awareness. He's just an all-around decent player. Get Joel Armia. I mean, not very many options here. You got Alex Turcotte. He doesn't really fit into our big team or like a big tough team that we want to build, but you do need some playmakers, and it seems like he's that kind of role. He's got decent puck skills, fast player, good offensive awareness for his age. But I like Fogle, man. I don't know. Yeah. I'm gonna go. It's tough, man. Is anyone gonna make this decision easier for me? How do I? Anybody that's a no-brainer pick? No. Forsberg? No, we don't want Forsberg. I mean, the contract's making me lean towards Turcotte here. I didn't even notice he had 3 years left at 0.7. If we could develop him, he'd be a steal. So, yeah. Alex Turcotte can play the left side. 77 faceoffs, can play the center too. We'll pick him up. Yeah, I like that pick. All right. Minnesota. I mean, Jared Spurgeon. Lots of value. Does he have a no move? He's got 10 teams, no trade, so we can move him. We can move him. We already have a lot of right D, so yeah, you're picking him up to move him. I don't really love his age or his contract, so he's gonna have value though, because that exact elite. So I think that's what you gotta do in this situation here. Dylan Ferguson. All right, yeah, Spurgeon. It is. About halfway through this expansion draft here. We're moving on pretty good. Let's see what the Montreal Canadiens have to offer. We got not much here. I do like Josh Roy. Medium top 6 at 20 years old, 77 overall. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. He can hold his own defensively already. I mean, not really, but he will soon. He's only 20. He's got 80 defensive awareness, which is good. 84 offensive awareness. Yeah, I like this player. You play him in the NHL for 1 or 2 years. Yeah, let's do it. Joshua Roy, welcome to the Armada. Nashville Predators. Who do we got here? Justin Barron. Yeah, we already have so many right D. So Justin Barron, I don't know. I like the 22 years old, 2 years left. Maybe. Sir.
My audio cuts out here until 1726. I will explain my picks through text, or you can skip ahead to 1726. I picked Justin Barron to bolster our depth on defense. He will have value if we decided to trade him.
Do you remember who New Jersey left unprotected? Pesci is a no-brainer pick. Instantly plays big minutes for the Armada. NY was a question mark for me at first. No players really jumped at me. My initial thoughts were adding another cheap young IHD. But I chose to come back to this team later. Here I take a look at our current roster. We have little forwards and many defensemen.
Now I realize that we have tons of value that we need to trade at the draft.
Because of our abundance of defensemen.
You will not miss any picks now if you go to 1726.
Overall in the draft. And you also have Mrazek. Maybe we won't be picking an undersized D with our first round selection. We'll see. Some exciting stuff here in Halifax that we can do with moving forward. So, New York Islanders, they've undergone a lot of change, drafting Matthew Schaefer, trading Dobson. I mean, do we take Palmieri? 2 years at 4.7 at 33 years old. There's also Ethan Barrett signed for 1 year at 0.7. Good depth guy, him and Buckles. He's got medium top 4. Let's check him. Decent defender. He's a better defender than Buckles, but less good offensively. And we're gonna come back to the Islanders here. Will Cooley, 22 years old, 2 years, 2.5. 86 overall. Come on. This is a no-brainer. We got our first line left winger here. Welcome to the team, Will Cooley. Ottawa Senators. Right off the bat, I see Jordan Spence, and I see Shane Pinto here. I think it's going to be one of these two. You got Ridley Gregg, too, who's only 21. 3 years at 2.9. Pinto's got 2 at 3.7. And you got Spence for another year at a 1.5 contract here. So to me, it's between Gregg and Pinto because we already have our D set. Kaliev, he's not on the same level as Gregg and Pinto, in my opinion. I don't think he'll grow as well. And he's more of an offensive depth guy. Whereas Gregg and Pinto, they're maybe a little less good offensively, but way better defensively and more physical. So we're going to go with Pinto, guys. We want to win now. He's a little better right now. He could be our second line center. to be honest. You could have Brock Nelson on the first line, Pinto on the second. It's not ideal, but it's a start. And Pinto is definitely no slouch. He can play the second line. Good shutdown center. All right. Philly. You got Tuamala. He's 71 overall at 21. I mean, Giovanni Smith, I don't like Ristolain's contract. Hathaway either. Dvorak either. Delory. I mean, Zamula could be a depth guy. I mean, that's a cheap deal. You're not really taking that much of a risk. Goalies. Dan Vladar. I don't like that contract. So we're going to go with Zamula. Yep. Igor's team. Pittsburgh Penguins. I don't expect them to have too much to choose from. You got Puustinen, Brazo, Bemstrom. Bemstrom's interesting, man. A sniper. Not a good defender. Not very physical. I don't know if I like that. I mean, Brazo, come on. Power forward, fits the mold of what we're trying to do here. Decent skater. I mean, could improve defensively. He's only... he's already 26. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to choose from here. Tommy Novak, maybe? He's a very good shutdown guy. Could be a third-line center, but I don't like that deal, man. Heinen. I think you just go with Brazo at this point. I mean, cheaper deal. Bigger player. You can play the fourth line and just chuck some bod for us. Alright. The Sharks probably have nothing for us to choose from. Yeah. Daniel Gushin. Sniper. You might have to take a risk on this guy here, or Timothy Lilliard. He might have some value. Maybe you play him on the third pair with Kevin Ball here. Huh? What do you guys think of that? I think that's the move here. You have Liljegren, Ball, Harley, Pesci, Slavin, Ekblad. I think that's a very good decor. And then you have maybe just Vern as a scratch. Maybe you get Zamala. Yeah, we're going to have to move some defensemen. Absolutely going to have to move some defensemen after this draft. But moving on, we got St. Louis. We got Braden Shen, which is a very good player. But he's getting old to be making 6.5 for 4 years here, so let's see if we got any more options. We got Tex Hughes, 24 years old, a centerman, good two-way forward. Bad face-off, so you'd have to play him as a left winger. I wouldn't mind Shen, man, but that's going to be an ugly contract in a few years. And he's got a 15-team no-trade clause for the first year. Sundqvist would be a good fourth-line guy. Maybe play him with ice and not get two grinders together. Maybe find a centerman. You know. There's also Fowler, who probably has some good value for a trade. Toropchenko. I do like this guy's game. Right winger at 24 years old. Maybe you play him on the fourth line in hopes that he grows. He's got a hard shot, man. And his offensive awareness isn't there, or his deking, but man, his speed's there, his physical attributes are there. It's just the defensive and offensive awareness and puck skills, man. Interesting, man. I think we're going to come back to St. Louis as well. Let's see what Tampa. McDonough, Bjorkstrand. I like Bjorkstrand, man. He's a good skater. He's a good, decent shooter. I mean, he's not an unreal shooter, but this is what I like about him. He's got good offensive awareness, good puck skills, speed, and then you look at his defensive category, man. He's got 87 defensive awareness as a sniper, 89 stick checking. I mean, I like that, man. He could be our first-line right winger. Pair him with Brock Nelson, Will Cooley, maybe. So, yeah. Oliver Bjorkstrand, welcome to Halifax. Jake McCabe, 5 years at 4.5. He's got an X factor. Great shot blocking. I mean, great defender. Defensive defenseman. Honestly, offensive awareness is not bad for a defensive defenseman. And, yeah. I like this guy's game here, but here's the thing. Does he have a no move? He's got a no trade for the next 2 years here. We'd have to use him. And that means we would have to either put him on the third pair, scratch ball, or you put him on the second pair and you trade Thomas Harley or Slavin. And I don't want to do that. So we're going to see. There's also Scott Lawton here that I do like as a player on a cheap deal. Very good defensive center. Any goalies? Joseph Wall. Oh. High starter potential. 3 years at 3.5. I love it. That's who we're going with, boys. Joseph Wall. Yeah, I mean, he's better. He's just as good as Talbot and Mrazek, and he's 25 years old. That's a no-brainer to me. And that makes me want to revisit Talbot here. Because I know you could revisit Mrazek, but who are you picking instead of him? I mean, Killorn, Fabry, like, come on. Yeah, we're going to leave Mrazek, so. You know, look at who. I remember Rasmussen was there. Don't really have many left. I think we're going to have to go with Rasmussen instead of Talbot. Now that we have Joseph Wall on the squad. Alright, Utah Hockey Club. Not changed to the Mammoth yet in this game. But, Lawson Krause. I don't love that deal. We already have Will Cooley. He's kind of like a worse Will Cooley. Making more money than him. Not much intrigues me here. I mean, Perunovic could be a good defensive guy just for cheap. Brandon Tanev. I don't love that deal, though. I guess it's not that bad, but what are you getting from Tanev here? You're getting a good defensive player. Fast. Wow. Yeah, he's fast, dude. Good hitter. Not a good shooter. Not a good offensive guy. You're getting a skater and a hitter. A defensive flair. I like it. There's not much else here, so. Schmidt, he got that big deal from winning the cup with Florida. I don't think he's a $3.5 guy, but he played like it in the finals, or in the playoffs. Just in this game right now, I don't think he's worth that much. So we're going to go with all right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 teams left, plus the 2 that we missed. So 6 teams, 6 picks left. What do we got here? Marcus Pettersson. Don't love it. I do like Hoglander. I thought he was a top 6 guy, but 3 years at $2 million. I mean, 23 years old. Do you pick him or Connor? Or Dakota Joshua, honestly. I don't love his deal, though. I think you go with Hoglander here, boys. Good defensive player, good offensive player, very well-rounded. I'm a big fan of his game. He's only 23 compared to, not Joshua. What's his name? O'Connor, who's 26. Yeah. I know he's got the medium top 9, but people jump in potentials in this game, so we're going to hope that happens. We're going to put him in a good spot to succeed. William Karlsson, I love that. We need a center. That pushes Pinto down the third line center. You got Nelson and Karlsson as your 2 first liners, which I love. I mean, it's not ideal, but as an expansion team, I mean, it's a pretty good start. Alexander Holtz is interesting. Here's a sniper. Very bad defensive players right now, as of right now. But he can grow. But I think you got to go with William Karlsson. I don't think you could pass up on him. I mean, yeah, just a well-rounded centerman. You would like him to get more physical, but the rest of our team is pretty physical, so I do like this. I do like this pick. Washington. We did some pre-scouting on this one, and yes, Tom Wilson makes it easy for us to pick William Karlsson, who's got a bad physical category right before, because look at this guy's physical attributes. I mean, just a beast. So, yeah. That's going to help our team's toughness a lot. And he's going to be an identity player for us. I mean, just the fear that he instills into other teams is going to be very valuable to the Halifax Armada. Winnipeg Jets. We got Gus Nyquist. You know, he's only there for 1 year. I don't like. Like, you got Heinola, but we got so many defensemen. I think you need a Gus Nyquist who's just like a playmaker. We got so many power forwards, two-way forwards and stuff. I think it's good to get a guy like Gus Nyquist. So, before we finish the draft and pick up our last two players, we're going to look... Actually, we're going to go have a look again here before we look at our roster. So there's Paul Murray, Bear, Bachfist that we want to pick. Yeah. All right. And what's the other team? Was St. Louis. So we got Braden Shen, Cam Fowler, and we were looking at Sunquist, right? So there's also Joel Hoffer. But he's level 8. We got a lot of goalies already, so let's see. So we got center-wise, we got our first three centers. Yeah, so I don't think we need Braden Shen, because that means one of these guys is going to have to play the wing or fourth-line center, which I don't know. Unless you put Brock Nelson, I guess. But he's got 76 face. 80. Maybe you pick Braden Shen, man, and you put Nelson on the left, because no, we have a lot of left wingers. We don't have a lot of right wingers, right? We got a lot of wingers. Yeah, Wilson, Bjorkstrand on the right. You got Cooley, Tanev, Rasmussen. Hoglander might play the right. So Wilson, Bjorkstrand, Hoglander, Nyquist. You got Brez, though, as the extra. You got Hogland, yeah. Isom might be an extra, like. Yeah, we're gonna have to make some moves. On the D-core, we got too many D, and we got too many wingers. So, that's not a bad problem to have. And we can make a move. We can move Brad at goalie. So, we got too many wingers already. Maybe Cizikas for the fourth line. 2 years at 2.5. That's not a horrible deal. And he could be a good shutdown. Yeah, the fourth line. I believe that might be the move here. Do you have William Food? Board. Instead of paying Cizikas, you might want to grow this guy. Maybe you just pay him up, right? Maybe you just pay up Cizikas for 2 years. Semyon Varlamov. What if we had Semyon Varlamov and Joseph Wall as our 1-2 punch? You trade away Soderblom and Mrazek. Where you go, Cizikas. We're going to come back to the Islanders. We're going to do our pick with the Blues here first. So we don't need Shen. Do we? No, we don't need Shen. We got too many wingers. And we don't want to play Nelson on the wing or on the fourth line. Even though he's a good center. He would help us a lot right away. Maybe you pick him, man. So what else? Maybe you pick Shen and Varlamov, eh? I think that might be the move. Or you pick something. Nah, we're going with Shen. You could still trade him. 6.5 is tough, but he's a good player, man. Very well rounded. I mean, yeah, he's gonna help us a lot. I like it. And we're gonna go with Barlow. And that's gonna be the team, boys. Yeah. Let's look at it one more time here. Centers. You got Nelson, Shen, Carlson, Pinto. So one of these guys will be playing left wing, right? Nelson or Shen. I believe Nelson, yeah. Nelson's the left winger now. So you got Shen, Carlson, Pinto. Those are your first 3 centers. You sign a 4th guy in free agency. And we're going to move some wingers. So we'll have room here. You got Cooley, Tanev. You want Tanev on 3rd or 4th line. So you got Cooley on, ideally, 2nd line. Probably for 1st line because we don't have that much depth. So you got Cooley on the 1st line. Rasmussen on the 2nd. Tanev on the 3rd. Hoglander's playing the right. Iceman on the 4th. You scratched Turgeon right wing. You got Bjorkstrand on the 1st. Wilson on the 2nd. Nyquist or Hoglander on the 3rd, and then Brazo or Hoglander on the 4th. So, or Nyquist. Right. So we can move a winger or two. And defensively, we know the deal. You got Slayton, Harley, Ekblad, Pesci, Spurgeon, Wallman, Kesselring are all trade assets. Ball and Liljegren is your 3rd pair. You keep Barron or Zamula. You trade the other one. Bang. We got our roster set for next year, boys. And we're going to try to make the playoffs with this team. I'm very excited with the picks that we had. Goaltender-wise, you got Varlamov as your starter. You got Joseph Wall as a 1B. Maybe he'll beat out Varlamov for his spot, and maybe we keep Soderblom as a 3rd goalie here. So, Mrazek's out the door for sure. But yeah, that's the team, boys. A lot of good players for an expansion team. So we got a lot of moves to make in the future at the NHL entry draft. So yeah, thank you guys for sticking around for this expansion draft, and let's keep this going. We'll see you guys in the next video.